The summer of 2016, Manchester City were good. Was never going to be enough. They needed someone who didn't just win trophies. They needed someone who changed everything. Josep Guardiola was born in 1971 in Santpedor, a tiny village in Catalonia, Spain. He played as a midfielder at Barcelona his entire career, won the European Cup as a player in 1992, but it was never playing. That made him a legend. It was thinking. At Barcelona as manager, he built the greatest club team ever assembled: Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Tiki-Taka. Two Champions Leagues, 3 La Ligas in just 4 years, then Bayern Munich, 3 Bundesligas in a row, and then he chose City. People asked, why City? Not Real Madrid, not United, not PSG, City. His answer was simple. He said, I want to make history somewhere it has never been made before. At the time, City had won the league just twice in 44 years. He was about to change that forever. His first season at City was his worst. No trophies, 3rd in the league, knocked out of the Champions League in the last 16. Critics laughed, pundits questioned him, but inside the training ground, something was being built. A philosophy, a system, a way of playing football the Premier League had never seen. (2017-18). Nobody had ever won the Premier League with 100 points. Nobody. Pep's City didn't just win the title, they destroyed the record books. 100 points, 32 wins, 106 goals. They also won the Carabao Cup. It was the first signal to the world. This wasn't a normal team. This was a machine. The following season was even more remarkable. Liverpool pushed them every single point of the way. 97 points for Liverpool, good enough to win the title in any other season. City finished with 98. They also won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, the first domestic treble for City in their entire history. Pep had done in 3 seasons what City couldn't do in 130 years. But Europe remained the one gap, the one wound that wooden midfielder Fernandinho. Chelsea won 1-0. The criticism was fierce. Pep sat in silence after the final whistle. He knew. The next season, City came back with fury. Another Carabao Cup, 3rd league title in 2021 season by leading Liverpool again with 1 point difference. The next season, 2021-2022, the famous comeback against Aston Villa. 3 goals in 12 minutes in the last match day secured Pep 4th league title in 2022. But Europe again slipped away. Real Madrid's another robbery at the Bernabeu knocked them out in the semi-finals, one of the most dramatic nights in Champions League history. City led, then robbery happened. Pep walked off the pitch staring at the ground. The Champions League was becoming an obsession. Summer 2022, Erling Haaland signed for Manchester City, and football changed overnight. In his first season, 52 goals in 53 games, a Premier League record that may never be broken. Pep had always built his teams around systems, not superstars. Now he had both. The season that silenced every critic, every single one Premier League, one FA Cup, one. Champions League final, Istanbul, Inter Milan. 68th minute, Rodri, goal. Manchester City were champions of Europe for the first time in their entire history. Pep fell to his knees on the touchline. The man who always seemed in control finally let go. The open-top bus parade through Manchester, thousands in the streets, players, staff, Pep. He stood on that bus and looked out at the city he had transformed, from a club that won 2 leagues in 44 years to the most dominant team in English football history in just 7 years. And Pep still wasn't done. Brought the UEFA Super Cup. And the FIFA Club World Cup. City became the first English club in history to hold all 5 major trophies at the same time. Another Premier League title, the 4th in a row, something no English club had ever achieved. Pep Guardiola had now won everything, literally everything. But even the greatest stories have their struggles. 2024/25 was Pep's hardest season at City. Injuries, poor form, a run of results nobody saw coming. The invincible machine showed cracks. For the first time in years, City finished without a Premier League title. Critics emerged again. Some said his time was up. Pep stayed quiet and kept working. In November 2025, Pep signed a contract extension until 2027. City fans breathed again, but privately, the decision had already been made. He was tired. He had told a fellow manager months earlier, "I want to leave, but I cannot do it yet." He wanted one more season, around 10 years, and he wanted to leave on a high. His final season delivered one last gift, the Carabao Cup, beating Arsenal 2-0 in the final, then the FA Cup, beating Chelsea 1-0 at Wembley, a Domestic Cup double in his farewell season, 20 trophies as Manchester City manager. When asked at Wembley if it was his last appearance there as City boss, he said, "No way." But everyone in that stadium knew it was. Before Pep, Manchester City were a club with potential. After Pep, they are an institution. He didn't just win trophies, he changed how English football thinks about football. Pressing, positional play, inverted wingers, false nines. Every manager in the Premier League has borrowed from his playbook, even the ones who won't admit it. 10 seasons, 20 trophies, 6 Premier League titles, 3 Community Shield, 3 FA Cups, 5 Carabao Cups, 1 Champions League, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1 FIFA Club World Cup. Win rate of over 70% across a decade in the most competitive league on earth. No manager in Premier League history has ever come close. On May 25, 2026, Pep Guardiola walked out of the Etihad Stadium as Manchester City manager for the last time. He turned around, looked at the pitch, and somewhere in that moment, 10 years of football history were folded up quietly and placed into the archives forever. There will be other managers. There will be other trophies. But there will never be another Pep. Not here. Not like this. Thank you, Pep. If this story moved you, subscribe, because every week we tell the stories football will never forget.